Oh, the mic's so loud. The mic's so loud.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay. It'd be bustling and crackling. I need to buy a couple iPads and some. I mean, just to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? A couple iPads, the cordless mics that you can hook up to them and all
You
that
just
shit.
need a cordless mic. You don't
Just
need an
a.
iPad.
I think you can't use one with the 3 or the 2 or whatever this is. I think you need more infrastructure,
Mm.
more software infrastructure, so to speak.
Well, use your current iPad to test that theory out.
This doesn't.
No, I mean the one you're holding in your hand, just to test out that theory that against that one, because that's one of the later versions of the iPad. So you can test it with that one and test it with that one right there.
It's possible, totally.
You just buy the cordless mic and see what happens. 7 o'clock, y'all.
People is coming in.
Okay.
Okay. AJ Jordan, what's up, baby? Let's go to work. Let's get to work. What's going on, baby? Let's do it. Policy for twins. Are we live? Are we live? Jeffrey Dockard, how y'all? What's going on? D Holla, Alita, Eugene, AJ, Ernest, what's going on? D Holla, Tony, what's happening, honey? Anthony Long, Joe Carson, Aloha, man. Alonzo Paul, what's going on from the swamp? A couple of yawns later, and here we are. Good morning, bro. Yes, and we're back again. Denise, hello. Mike Fuller, hello. Mariella, Augustine Howard, we are live. Yes, we are. Alonzo Sanchez, baby, what's going, Dizzy? Come on, man, let's get it up, man. We at 7:01, we went to 7:05. You know how we do every week. Sam, what's going on, baby? I remember when I used to vape, and people would be like, yo, man, that dude doing drugs. That dude doing drugs on the internet.
I can't stand you.
Man, I'm so crazy, man. Who's so big papa? I could double them, I could triple them. I'm so doing them entendres. Yeah, and everybody been talking about the euro since we've been talking about the euro for 5 months. Man, y'all better catch up if you can't catch up. I don't care what your eco-friendly guru say, baby.
Oh, don't forget to wish Greg and Nicole.
Hey, Greg and Nicole, happy anniversary, baby. You know this comes from us, man. We love you guys. Happy anniversary. I can't shout everybody else, but I knew their date, so you know. Happy anniversary. Denise, love your piggies. Mike Fuller, what's going on? Muriel, we live. Yeah, we are, honey. Yeah, we are. We live. Sam, Eureka, Dr. Ed. Man, we got so many doctors, people of professional status that listen to our show. Look. This one right here. Mr. Eminem, shut up, fat boy. You're dead wrong. When the RV would pop. Mr. Eminem, why don't you just call the show, you fraud? Use a weak individual. How you get your stuff blocked and ain't nobody even put it in there? Why don't you call the show and why don't you talk to me personally? Address me like a G, because you a fraud. Man, you got feminine qualities, man. You might need some Tampax or something. That's what I think about you. Mr. Eminem, Mr. What do you call that? Mutual menstruation? That's what I'm going to call you. Mutual menstruation. Mr. before it. Man, get you out my mouth, man.
He's on timeout.
He's on timeout. He should have called the show. Been a man. Quit being a Twitter follower, man. Get on your game. If you really about this, let me tell y'all something where I'm from. Where I'm from, if I got a problem with you, like I've already called out every guru there is. So y'all know I call every guru from 365 to Frank to Pimpe to all of them. Why don't none of them ever call me out? It's not because they better or something like that.
Thank Eminem's dumbass for the view and just like carry on.
Mutual menstruation. Thank you, Mr. Mutual Menstruation, for the point of view. All
no,
people
for
in
the
supplement
view.
for the view.
He's on your channel.
But he gonna tune in. He always gonna tune in.
And that's what I'm saying to you.
He's gonna hate.
He can't say anything anymore. All he can do is sit there and watch.
Mr. Mutual Menstruation. Let's go to your channel. Nah, I can't do it now.
Yeah, because you're gonna mess up your notes, your show notes. Go ahead.
Man.
Forget it. Don't let him take up the space.
We got 1 minute to the time.
You don't have no subscribers. You don't have no videos. You don't have nothing.
So mutual menstruation is exactly that. Just basically,
he
nothing.
created this channel just so he.
Oh, he could come on here and talk, but
so
he want to talk, but he won't talk.
He's just a troll though. That's it. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any subscribers. He don't subscribe to nobody. That is a hack account. That's a troll account.
Oh, I hope it's one of your favorite gurus because your favorite guru is watching.
And it could be. What's it?
We got 80 and 44 trolling. Oh man, they be trolling, baby. Come on.
Because they're probably taking notes from their own channel.
All right, so again, I think I know this so well that I don't really even need show notes, but I do need show notes on a few things. I'm just being honest, okay? So let's do this. Notes. Why is it the one time I want to split my screen, I can't do it? Oh. Do I need to catch him outside? Yeah, catch mutual menstruation outside, please. Somebody. Do him like Dave Chappelle did that dude on stage, please. Because he over here bothering grown folk. Jordan. Oh, so this is why I needed to do this. Okay. So, to keep it a buck with you, I need to do a cap of the week. And I know that sounded kind of weird. I don't like to do a cap, but like, I need to tell you where we are to tell you where we're going. So, number one, the very first thing that we're going is that you have to realize that right now, with the whole, and we talked about this at length several weeks in advance. Okay, that's what I want to do. Okay, yeah. So we talked about this several weeks in advance. Iraq has already come out, and we've been talking about the euro for several weeks in advance. Now other people are starting to say, oh, the euro. Well, yeah, we knew the euro. That's kudos to us. Now, if they're catching up to the euro after being behind so long, this is what I got to say for them. Good job finally for catching up and reading something. Now, on the second part of that is my people have told me some things. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you about what Iraq says about their investments. Iraq says they want to mirror their investment platform off of the Jordan investment platform as well as the Euros platform. The big thing about the Euros platform is that they have flat taxes among so many things and free trading clauses, where basically incentives are companies will receive 2% overall customs tax exemption on the value of imported equipment and machinery. So as people are selling things inside of Iraq, they get an additional 2% with Egyptian and the Jordanian platforms. I think that as people start to really look at Iraq and decide if they think if it's sovereign or not, I think you have to really realize is that, yeah, they are very solid with over 100 million in reserves. And here's an interesting point about the reserves. So there was a study that was taken inside of Iraq recently, and part of the study was this. They said, well, for a country that has dual currencies, meaning they pay for some things in the Iraqi dinar, we know that. We've got the contracts to prove those things. But if you ever notice, why is it that whenever you read anything about Iraq's foreign currency reserves, they never go down? Why is it that Iraq's foreign currency reserves never go down? If a country is mostly going to do business commercially inside of using the dollar, you'd think that one day you'd look up and say, oh, foreign currency reserves are going to be minus this. But you never see that. That's because they use the dinar in a lot more places, such as contracts and futures, that they don't tell you about. Oil extraction is one of them. There are 92 wells that are being currently built inside of northern, I think western Iraq, about 92 wells. Also, they bought a military system. How do you build an anti-military defense system inside of a country for over hundreds of millions of dollars and no one's heard about it? Just like, how did Iraq... Now, they were going to buy some Russian MiGs. They didn't buy Russian MiGs, or Russian aircraft. When I say aircraft, I mean military aircraft. They went ahead and bought $128 million or $127 million worth of American F-16s. So they might have got 10 of them at $25 million to $28 million a piece. They might have got 10 of them. My point to telling you this is, how do they pay for these things if they didn't use foreign reserves? They've had to have paid for it some way. If they didn't pay for it in foreign reserves, they paid for it in dinar. Those contracts are all set up in dinar, and that's how they're paying for it. Now, for all you Chapter 8, Chapter 6, Chapter 7 people that we brought to the table a while ago, I would also come out and say this. How are you buying missile defense systems and F-16 air fighter pilots if you aren't already Article 8 compliant? I'm just asking. Are you on the channel so you can see the chat, so you can tell me what's going on, or what's going down right now?
I'm listening.
I see.
But your bonds. Give me a second. Let me go back to the top.
The military company that the French bought that military system is called I'm going to tell you guys right now so you know it. So it's on, the name of this site is called armyrecognition.com. Groundmaster GM400 Thales Raytheon system, 3D anti-defense system. And I've got confirmation that it's already up and running. Not only over there inside of northern Iraq, but it's protecting the oil fields that are not only being created, but that are already being revamped and reorganized, as far as the Minister of Oil said the other day. So they're using France system, which is part of the Grandmaster 400 system, and it goes up to about Grandmaster 6. So they can add on to it, which includes radar and anti-missile defense and other things, blah, blah, blah. Al-Sadr left Parliament for a couple reasons. One, he felt like in his own political mind that he wasn't negotiating with anybody. All the people that were out there that were so-called pro-Iraqi came out and voted. But if you look at the voting statistics of the country, let's just say 40 to 50% of them voted out of 100. 30% of them voted for him. The rest kind of trickled down the line. It still leaves kind of bit of opacity. Not opacity. It's quite a bit opaque about what happened inside of country as far as voting. So as now that you sit here and you have the coordinating framework be in charge of the government going forward, have any of you guys not ever wondered if the coordinating framework was actually the ones that were running the country? Why haven't they simply formed a government? If the coordinating framework was actually the ones that were in charge of the government, and we're going to get to the whole, I'll probably be done before 30 minutes, but I'm just saying that if the coordinating framework was really the majority and they hold all the cards, why was it that they all ran scared outside of the Capitol building when Sadr's people, and they went there and did Hands Across America? If you go look at the picture, throughout the house, they did Hands Across America like us. They were holding hands arm in arm. I ain't playing with y'all. They was arm in arm like us. I ain't even lying. But Parliament, now they're exploring options that, well, look, if we're not at Parliament, can we pass a law? No. Parliament's quite concise in the way that the Constitution reads. If you can't hold Parliament within a jurisdiction that can be public and held, you can't do things in secret.
So far, no questions, but just more, just people cheering you on.
So my next question, and I'm going to tell you how I know everything's fraud. If the coordinating framework could really put forth the government, they would have done it. They can't do it, and the very first times they did try to, why else do you think the Kurds aren't stalling, they're scared. The Kurds know that if they go ahead and try to put forth a candidate for president, that the Saudarists and the rest of the Iraqi people, knowing that how they voted, if 70% voted for the Saudarists out of the 50, and then even if you're running a political type of thing, there's no way you can defeat them because you just don't have the votes based upon population density. That's why they keep trying to change the laws and say if you have so many seats, you get a vote. If you have so many people or population, you get a vote. That's not the way their democracy works right now. So what I'm trying to do is tell you, when they went to Parliament talking about the demonstrations from Saudi. Now, I know a lot of y'all listen to Nadar, and Nadar, like I've always said about Nadar from the Middle East, he's been nothing ever but kind to me. Ever. He's never said nothing ill will. Me and my wife, I ain't gonna take today to like start throwing stones. But I'm gonna clarify what he said the other day when he was like, well, my people say this, and people say, well, my people were actually there. My people actually were there, and they were at the demonstration. If you don't know who they are, I ain't gonna tell you the names, but I can tell you why I know what I know. But I can tell you the brigade and everything that works for Iraqi intelligence and everything. But I'm not going to do it. It's in the news, and it's in the news lately. But I'm not going to do them like that. I just don't. I don't think it's a service to them. But I will say this: that a translator from the group that I know of people that were there, Al-Kazimi did say to them, and he did say to the protesters, go home, go home. And this is before Sauder came up there and said, go home. Now, this is a major bomb, so he said to the protesters, and this is a direct quote, this is not your fight. Your fight is not with Parliament or with the government. Basically what he's saying is your fight is with the exchange rate and purchasing power and inflation and the things that affect the Iraqi people. The oil and gas law, Article 140. Those are your fights. The fight that's going inside of Parliament is basically between two people. Now, there's been a gentleman that was just one of the top guys for ISIS that just got arrested, and I'll tell you his name real quick. Let me go down here and tell you his name. His name was Ahmed Khalif Manana, also known as Abdul Rahama. He's a major political ISIS leader inside of Iraq who has direct ties to Nouri al-Maliki. He's been caught not only taking photographs with him and some of his sub-generals, but more information is going to come out about the person that leaked the tapes that we talked about a week ago, and it's going to be the demise of Nouri al-Maliki. For all those of you hoping for him to be arrested or something to happen, I can't call that. All I can say is that with the information that's about to come out here shortly, and the protests start tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I'm not waiting for the spark or the powder keg or something to happen and all this is going to go crazy. It's already going crazy. We already called early elections. We already called for demonstrations in the streets. We called for these things a few weeks ago, and they're just now, hold on, we only got 63 likes? 130 people in here listening? Man, I ain't talking no more. Get them likes up, man. You better get me to 100 likes. Get me to 100 likes.
Right now, they have no electricity.
No, they do have electricity, and I can prove
no,
it.
not electricity, electoral process.
Yes, they do. Actually, they do have an electoral. I know it's Paul, but they actually do have an electoral process.
Okay.
It's called by seat. And by seat means the largest seat gets to vote on, gets control of the largest blocks. It's not a traditional thing, but it's the way they've been doing things. The largest seat was Al-Sadar. Al-Sadr had 73 seats. He should have been in control of the government from start. There was no blocking third. You don't hold the votes or the seats. That's the reason why they do what they do. I get what he's saying about there's no electoral college and all that. I get that. I know what he's saying. But no, they actually do have an evolutionary electoral process. It's called whoever holds the most blocks or the most seats gets the most votes into, let's say, voting on the prime minister if you're a Shiite, if you're a Sunni or the president. If you're a Kurd or a Turkishman, you get a vote on the president. That's just the way it works. It's always worked that way since the democracy happened. I know I'm teaching to the choir right there, but they do have that. But what I'm saying is it's kind of funny that the Quds Force guy is meeting with Nouri al-Maliki every time he comes into parliament, into Baghdad, like it's his own personal private brothel. But al-Abusi's not there, Saleh's not there, or Kadimi's not there. Nouri al-Maliki is an agent not only of the Iraqi Revolutionary Guard, either that, he's a member of the Iran's Hezbollah, or part of the ISIS faction of that group. Now, how I know that to be a 100% fact, because the Quds Force only meets with him inside of destinations that he so chooses. And if you look back to all the way to 2006 to 2008 when they laid down their arms, ISIS was in control. And since he was already a puppet of Iran, that's the reason why things got ran up. Yeah, Big Homie's gone. Paul and people like that are going to make sure that happens. I'm not worried about the group of people and the intelligence agencies that are there. Do we only have 88 likes?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
Man, I need some likes, baby. I ain't talking to them.
And there really hasn't been any questions asked.
There's no questions to ask. This is a lecture at this point. Like, I'm for real. Like, I'm telling you what's happening based upon what I know. I know that more information is coming out about the person that put out Maliki tapes. Is going to say more. It's no secret, you guys, if you're sitting out there listening to this podcast right now, that Nouri al-Maliki said he could assemble 15,000 to 20,000 troops to go attack Najib. And he, on tape, talking to Kazemi, saying the same things. If you listen to the confession tapes, Kazemi basically told him to go fly a kite. You know the finger I usually display at this point. And then he was also like, yo, I'm not scared of you because I got the whole Iraqi army behind me. So Nouri al-Maliki is basically on the outsides going out. He's got nowhere to run. And with the release of this new information that's going to come out, you're going to see him arrested, or you're going to see him walk away from politics if he's smart. If he's not smart, and like most of these moron people that are extremists, he's going to keep pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope until he finds his own arrest or public hanging. One of those two things is going to happen. And it's not because I'm worried about it or I need to see something happen. I'm telling you first, again, because I know it's going to happen. And I know approximately what's going to happen. And I'm saying to you with all confidence because I'm not worried about it. But to give you the highlight on this before I let everybody go for the weekend, Nouri al-Maliki, not Nouri al-Maliki, was caught on tape, yes. However, Kadimi, RPM that's in place right now, told the people that are inside, this is actually what he said, what actually Nadar was trying to say, that he said no. But it's a whole different reasons. But he couldn't release the thing. But because Nadar tried to say this, it wasn't an article that was released. It was an impromptu speech by Al-Kadimi. Al-Kadimi told the protesters, go home. Your fight is not with the government. It has nothing to do with Sadr, or it has nothing to do with Maliki. In short of words, what he did tell them was, your fight is with the exchange rate and purchasing power. Go home. Those things will be corrected in a few days. That's what he said. Now, corrected to what? I have to 100% agree with Nadar or other people. However, the gist of it is that if it's not somewhere south of 1,000 to 1, it's kind of like us just talking. It needs to be way south of 1,000 to 1. Yeah, they're going way sooner than later. If not because they're trying to pass the government, but because they have to, because early elections are on the rise, demonstrations are on the rise, the powder kegs on the rise. And you actually want to see, I don't want to promote violence or nothing like that. I'm not saying any of that. But you kind of actually want to see a spark, something go off for the next couple days that really makes this thing go forward, because that's really what's going to make what you and I want to see happen. And the pressure's been up. Today they had people at prayer. Thursday they had people there. The pressure's on. Trust me, it's on. It needs to go forward. It needs to stay right. Now, with what Kazemi said was they're going to increase the rate of the Iraqi dinar against other things that are going right now. Yes, they are. Now, with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I told you about the X-16. I told you guys about the anti-missile defense system. I told you guys about the political arena. Maliki coming out with more takes. All that is coming. The first to come out with zero, the oil being zero. One that came out that told you that Maliki was going to have something that was going to come out against it. It was bad. The one that, listen, about the euro was huge. Now everybody jumping on our bandwagon. Yeah, I believe that the Coordination Framework's budget has a rate in it. Yeah, I do, but the Coordination Framework's budget's not going to come out. Because, listen, guys, everybody that withdrew from Parliament, all the Sodders people, were for Iraq. The only ones that were left were the independents and Iran. Let that soak in a minute. All the pro-Iraq people, less the independents. Remember, independents don't really take a side. They can be pro one or pro the other. They're independent thinkers. They do what they want. However, the true Iraqi people, part of the parliamentary parliament that voted for Iraq to succeed. Now, the rest of them sitting in there are Iranian factions or they're independents. And most of them are Iranian factions. Do you want anything at all from those people? I'm asking you, do you want anything at all from an Iranian-based government as what's going towards your future being a dinar holder or being a stockholder? Do you want anything that comes out of the Coordination Framework? Because if you do, I'm going to say this right now. This channel right here, I don't hate dollars, I don't hate gold, I don't hate crypto, I hate any of that stuff. I may not agree with all of your particular applications for it. I don't disagree with them. I believe in populism to a certain extent, but I believe in globalism to get you to a financial standpoint. If I can only sell customers in the United States a product, imagine if I could sell it to Canada, Mexico. Then imagine if I could sell it to UK, Canada, Mexico, Italy, France, Germany. Yeah, I'm about making $1. What the hell is 50 cents? Oh, Mr. Eminem is back.
Yes.
Yeah, I see him. Hey, Mr. Eminem, I want to hear you talk. Why don't you call me, fraud? Oh, that's right. You smell like tuna. Mr. Menstruation, Mr. Mixed Menstruation is back. I love that dude, man. Dude's so weak. You tune in for our podcast to sit here and try to be on chat. You trying to be popular. So we're going to make you popular, Mr. Menstruation Cycle. We're going to make you popular.
Mr. Menstruation.
Mr. Menstruation, why does you smell like tuna?
Stop.
Why your mom smell like tuna? Your sister, your cousin, your little daughter. I'm talking about you, Menstruation Cycle. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
You got 102 likes.
Of course I do, because these people go, when Biggie Smalls speaks. Good night, Menstruation. But more so, I'm going to say this to all my people out there. Do not be fooled by fake economics. Do not be fooled by your favorite menstruation guru. Watch to see what happens, because what's happened has been the solution. Yeah, bars. That's called bars. I know I got a lot of people out there. That's bars. Yeah, bars. He smells like he want to be alone. No, he smells like he is alone most of his life. Like, even when he rented one, she didn't stay.
Did you get the prime minister they nominated? Is he good for Iraq? Did you get that?
Yeah, Kadimi's good for Iraq.
Okay.
Right now, Iraq's only hope is Kadimi. Kadimi or Ramid, one or the other. You guys, man, you know I'm always going to call out your favorite suckers. You know I'm going to talk about people, so I'm sorry. Mr. Menstruation Cycle didn't really get his chance to type anything because Miss BB, got him out there. He goes, you ain't saying nothing, brag. No, it's only bragging if it's true, menstruation. Listen, bragging only counts if it's true. I can brag on the things that I've done because I've done them. You can't brag on anything because you haven't accomplished anything in your short menstruational life, which is probably only like 4 or 5 days. But me, I'm going to keep on ticking. I'm going to keep on spreading the news. I'm going to keep on telling you about the Euro. I'm going to keep on telling you guys what to look out for. I'm going to tell you to keep... I almost told you something right there. I ain't going to say that, though. I'm the one that's going to tell you this. Europe is the answer. Whatever your favorite guru tells you is a fraud. And listen, I love my people, but if you live in Miami and talk about Iraq and then say your great-grandpappy told you to do something he didn't tell you to do, man, don't fool with me, man, for real. I hope everybody has a pleasant weekend. Daisy's ready to go have some fun. I hope you guys have a heck of a weekend. And listen, watch tomorrow, because since they told me I was bragging, watch tomorrow, there's going to be demonstrations. Watch after that, there's going to be more demonstrations until this government falls and we hold early elections. That is the will because Allah says so. Okay? I know y'all don't want to hear that. Some of y'all do, but hey. I'm just telling you, that's the will. That's what's going to happen. Okay? I say it with great confidence. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I love all my peeps. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to my boys over in the box. Shout out to Financial Friday. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to all the people that fool with me and those that don't. I fool with you anyway because you keep watching. You're on the right track, but you're on the wrong train, baby. You know what? Quit hating, appreciate.
Keep going, man.
Oh, man. And you know what, man? I wish y'all the best. Go have a movie. Go have some fun. Go enjoy your weekend. Go do something special. Peace. I ain't even cuss once.